yes. Welcome to the BOP, the Blurred Official Podcast. We are here and we are excited. Hello, world. Happy New Year, everybody. Woo,
Hello, world.
2025. Oh my gosh, guys. How are you guys doing? Hilton George.
What is going on?
Christi got special effects. What is happening here?
I don't know.
Hilton.
I don't understand.
What's happening? She already started off acting up.
Look, Christi's edibles is kicking in. We getting to see what's going on with Christi
in her brain,
celebrating her new year.
I just don't even know what's happening.
That's them drones. That's them drones that have been flying around the world that people have been spotting.
Look out your window, Christi. What them drones doing?
What the drone is over you. Look up, Christi. Look up.
Do. Lord.
Hilton George, how are you? Happy New Year, my brother. Happy New Year.
Yes, you too. Oh man, it's been great. I'm so happy to have had a chance to visit family and travel up and down Highway 95 unaccosted by car accidents and police and skunks or anything that would stop my progress. And I'm full. And I cooked and I made it right. They got all my recipes pop. Can't go wrong. I'm happy.
Yes. All right. I love that. I love it. Happy New Year. That's the best way to do the holidays and to just finish out the year and to start a new one. Christi Renee, how are we?
Clearly
fireworks.
I'm good. Clearly, like my screen
Katy
is
Perry over there. And the fireworks.
Yeah.
Katy Perry and her fireworks.
Christi got gummies for Christmas from her cousin Roscoe.
Child, my new phone, my new device is devicing, so it is nice. I'm well. I'm so happy. Like I've had my black eyed peas. I done brushed the dust out the door. I done sprinkled some cinnamon. I've done all the things, clearing the air and ready for a wonderful new year. I know 2024 was insane, but I am not mad at it actually. It was quite the journey. It's always an adventure with me. There's never a dull moment. So I'm looking forward to another. I'm jumping timelines. I'm ready to go get it.
Yes. I like that.
You know what we need for 2026? We need Christi Renee traditions, because I ain't never heard of sprinkling the cinnamon. I was kind of like, wait,
I
what?
got you.
Like,
I'm a hoodoo girl, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do all the little things to just.
What do you do? Tell us what it is.
Activate the ancestors. Let's do it.
But that is a whole show. That is like a whole lesson in how to. You're right. You're absolutely right. It's activating the ancestors. It is getting that the ultimate divine protection. That you want to sprinkle on your life. You want that covering.
We need it.
It's a lot. I'm telling you, cinnamon, like at the first of every month on the first day, put some cinnamon in your hand, some ground, cinnamon dust.
Okay, I got some of that in your hand.
Stand inside, just outside your door. First, you sweep stuff outside your door. Make sure you open in the windows if you're ever going to sage.
It out.
You can burn incense. You don't have to necessarily do sage. You can do incense, but sage sticks are fun, and you can make them too. So you could put floral stuff in.
It activates my postnasal drip. Like I can't do the allergies. Like I can't do sage.
Listen,
incense and sage, I cannot burn.
Don't do sage. You can do incense. You can do a little calm.
Incense, I can't do either. I'll be sneezing for a whole week.
Burn a candle. Can you burn
candles? I can do.
We talk about sage as a means of repelling demons and bad spirits, and you have to come out, it makes me react. They're like, no.
It might
You're not an evil spirit, Karen.
I might be the bad spirit. Like
that is so funny. That's so funny.
It was like this meme, and this girl, and she was like, "Please, God, I just need you to take all that bad stuff out of my life," and all of a sudden she disappeared. It was like it was
you are the bad thing.
I might be it. Oh, I hope I'm not. I'm trying not to be.
No,
I will say I'm allergic. I'm allergic to smokes. I'm allergic to. Christi knows my whole life. I've been allergic to everything.
Well,
I'm highly allergic.
Yeah, for people who are sensitive to those things, of course, there's always an alternative. That's the beauty. The beauty of it is you always got an alternative. I say, light a candle.
Yes,
I got plenty of candles. I'm always going to be burning something.
Yes.
I'm gonna be burning something. So
you know what is so funny? When I went to Turkey, as a freaking joke, I got it was like a little butterfly, and it was like it's this thing that you kind of hang on your door. It was like a charm. It was probably about this big.
Yeah.
An evil eye, like it had like where you keep the evil eye out, because that's a big thing over there.
It's protection.
They were like,
I have them.
So I bought my mom, my sisters, everybody an evil eye. That was literally their best, because my mom, you guys know I'm half Mexican, and so they be talking about the ojo, which is the evil eye, and they got this whole thing where they will prey on you and take the ojo off of you. You having
it serves two purposes.
If you're having a bad day, if you're like life is just like you feeling heavy, they will be like, come to the rooms, we can get that ojo, we do the ojo, and they like, and I'm always like, y'all ain't doing that shit on me. Like, I don't want it. My mom did it on me once, and I had nightmares. And I was like, oh, I ain't never doing that again. So she knows, like, but as a joke, I bought that for them and was like, they love that gift more than anything I bought them. They were like, they were so happy, and they were laughing, and they were like hanging them up in their house. And I was like, well, I did my job. And like, I literally have got, like, I luckily had did a lot of traveling towards the end of the year, and I bought them all kinds of really cool stuff. I bought them stuff in London, bought them stuff in Istanbul. I was buying like things that they wouldn't get anywhere else. That stupid charm was the best thing I ever could have given anyone.
These are older relatives.
I would love.
No, they're like younger. My sisters, my niece, my nephew, anyone who lives on their own. I bought them one and was like, "This is for you to like hang in your house to keep the evil eye and keep what." Because I'm like, I don't believe in that stuff, but I do believe in like whatever it is for you. If I can give you a positive, like whatever it is to keep evilness away from you, or keep bad vibes, like no bad vibes, only good vibes only, like here's this. And to me, it was a joke. To them, it was wholeheartedly for real. And
I'd have sent them a 38.
I put it with the candle, the Karan Ashley.
I know mine is somewhere.
So they had their choice of Karan Ashley candle and evil eye charm.
You are so hilarious.
The best gifts. I want to give a shout out to Illuminidal. They make these for me. I buy them every year as gifts, because like last year I bought them and I gave each one of them one, and they were like, I want the other one. Like, they wanted both. So this year they got the other one plus the evil eye charm.
I wish I would send my folks a picture candle of me. They would cuss me into 2026. They
would love it. I'm telling you right now, your people would love it. Like, you think they wouldn't like it? They would love it. Like, you'll be surprised. People like my cousins, anybody who came over, and they were like, I didn't get a candle. Like, what? And so I was like, I had to order some more candles.
You heard? I know she, Hilton. I know she heard me already. So that's
what you have one.
People will want
I gave you one. I got. What did you say? I didn't hear
candle. You ain't gave me no candle.
I will give you a Karan Ashley candle. I got you. You just got to tell me which style.
Because I'm gonna cast spells with that. Y'all know I am a practitioner.
Oh, we got the Jesus hands too.
Wait
a minute. Oh no.
Yes,
you can't tell me what to do with the candle. You can't tell me what to do with the candle when I get my candle.
And it's got the Power Ranger helmet and the Jesus hand. Wow. And then look at this one. It's got the like little like Jesus halo thing on it.
Oh my God! I want you in your ninja.
Yes, Illuminidal. They're if you go to local Comic Cons, they're based out of Texas, but they are at cons. Like, they have a whole booth, and they've got everyone. You can get any celebrity, especially pop culture celebrity. They have an Illuminidal candle, and they have a whole booth of candles, and it's like they sell out, and it's like the funniest thing ever. So cool. So if you support small business, I'm all about supporting small business, and I got my candle, and
Speaking of supporting small business.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I got something for myself.
Yes.
I think it's going to be
I like gifts. I like when you buy yourself gifts.
Of my fashion accessory collection.
Okay.
Tell me what you think.
Come on. What is
subtle.
Fashion accessory? Okay.
Yes.
It's subtle.
I want one so bad. Oh,
I take a one
yes.
size
With
fits
chain
all.
included.
How heavy is that?
It's wood. It's really not that heavy.
Oh,
It
That's
looks
so
heavier
wow.
because of
funny.
the gloss.
I love
And
it.
they do the etching of the this
I
on
need,
a flat piece of wood, and they burn with lasers, and they use the imagery, and then
oh
they
my
paint it,
gosh.
and it's crazy,
Please,
man.
you
That's
have to give me
everything.
their contact information because, as you know, I have my own con myself, and I would love to get a couple of those made to give to my business partners. Like, hopefully, they're not watching this. Mikey,
That's
No,
so
Nakia,
no, no.
get off
funny.
because that would be hilarious, right? Oh my
Yes.
gosh,
With
yes.
some with
Oh,
matching Kangol.
Hilton, you got to wear that the whole freaking weekend of your show.
The whole
Please.
time.
You
Well,
should be.
And
at least on Saturday at the main party where everybody, the Freaknik party.
Oh my
you
God.
said the
Yes.
Freaknik party. See,
You know
I'm
that's
jealous
the
of
Freaknik
y'all.
party. That
Yes,
Saturday
it
party
is.
is the Freaknik party.
Look, I can vouch. It's great.
Christy came out with the stamp that said you've gone to Freaknik.
I've
You've
been
gone to
Freaknik.
Blurrednik. You've gone to Blurrednik.
Blurred Nick.
You should
I'll find I'm gonna
decorate
find the
on
link. I'm gonna find the link so we can put it in here because I got
yes.
it in one of my messages. I'll
You
make sure we get
should
by the end of the show.
yes, you should decorate that whole ballroom like it was Freaknik because that is what that party turns into. And
it's
it
dope.
is amazing.
It's
I
awesome.
always say I walk around. I walk around. Go, oh, she gonna be pregnant. Oh, he gonna. Oh, you know me. It's amazing. It is
But
amazing.
it's
Y'all don't
fun.
listen to Karen.
It is
Karen don't
so
stay up
much
past
fun.
I know
8:30.
she's so extra. She ain't even
I've
really
snuck
been
in
like
there.
that.
I've snuck in there.
Oh, you snuck. Okay.
If you go to the middle part, Christy, you were hanging out in the VIP section. That first year I went to BlurredCon, me and my husband snuck in there and we went into the middle and I was like, whoa.
Oh yeah, they get
it was everything.
no,
But you know what? I love seeing our people having so much freaking fun. And so if you've never been to a BlurredCon and you've never enjoyed, like literally guys, it is the mecca of Black excellence, Black fun, Black cosplay, black. Look, I have on the right shirt. I am Black history. It is making Black history. It is a beautiful show. And I am all for us, like life be lifing for us. So you should have a con that you go to once a year, if not a million cons you go to. But if you can only make one, go to this one so that you can have the best time ever. And it is one of those shows where I don't care who you are, what you do, what size, whatever, anything you are welcome and surrounded by love. And it is a beautiful thing. I've been to how many BlurredCons, Hilton? And I'm so heartbroken.
Like 3 or 5.
Yeah, like a ton. And I would go every freaking year. I would go. Hilton knows. Hey, what you want me to do? Just tell me what to do. You want me to host something? You want what you want? I will be there. Whatever you need from me, I will be there. Unfortunately, I'm booked this year, so I can't go. But it is like I'm so proud of my friend. I'm so proud of what you built, and it is literally I've seen people's lives change because they show up, they have a wonderful time, and they leave just like rejuvenated. And I told you, Hilton, I feel like you need a second show. We need it twice a year because especially in this new administration, my necklace just got heavier. We need two like BlurredCons to help us. We need 2 outlets to help us get through the madness. I know.
Well, you know what's funny?
They don't realize how much work it is.
Much. They don't. And I really appreciate y'all's attendance and your participation and your support. I truly believe that in this year ahead and in the years to come, we are going to have to support and cultivate, even generate safe spaces for ourselves. Because I feel a lot of us, we wake up under threat, right?
Yes.
But sometimes are more dangerous than others. Sometimes are more threatening than others. We either direct or indirect. The safe spaces that we search for, are going to have to be supported. We're going to have to find those places where we want to be ourselves and be able to express ourselves and be free, because we have to create those spaces because they're not being created for us.
Exactly.
So our community, and I speak specifically of the Blurred community, but the wider community as well,
yes,
needs to find ways to collect and build and network and grow. So even when we're in places that are not designated for us or not necessarily designated as safe spaces for us, we can still come together and we can still have community, even when we're outside of community spaces, because
Absolutely.
when we have those opportunities to come together, we build those bonds and we allow those bonds to carry year round, and we build on those and we cultivate those, because the spaces in between, we can't vouch for that right now.
Right.
And instead of us hoping and praying that things are automatically going to change or things are going to automatically get better, or, you know, we have to make them better. We have to do our part to figure out, okay, is this business something that I want to see thrive? Is this artist someone I want to see grow? You know, then I have to be the one to make it and support it and grow it, because we have to be very deliberate in times that are very indeliberate. Right. And I'm hoping that we do not need it in the future as much as we do now. But sometimes we do our best when we're together and the outside is a little colder than it normally is. Right. And the wind's blowing a little harder than it normally does. We come together a little better, and it helps build the community, and it'll last a lifetime. So I hope to see everybody. Remember, we moved to March 7th through 9th. And so it's going to be a little cooler, not as hot, and a little less crowded on the calendar. So you can't say it's too close to this or too close to that. Come on out. It's going to be a blast.
I'm so excited for you. So excited. Cool. Yes.
And at the same time, we can't skip over the fact that, I mean, this is a lot to look forward to this year, because somebody else sitting in one of these boxes has their last show in Atlanta that they own.
I know. Everyone has been so angry at us. Yes, you are, and you were there, and I got you. It's our last show, and it's like so many people are upset that we said it's our last, but it's like I explained it before. Last year I did 30 shows. I think it ended up being like 32, including a couple comic book stores. And we think about planning a show and doing 30 other separate appearances. It was so much. So we are going to do this last one. It's our last bang. And this may not be the last Ranger Stop and Pop. I mean, we've got a lot of people who've already reached out to us who potentially want to buy the show. Hopefully someone does, and they carry it on, and we are there to support them 100%. But for us, it's our last one as far as us planning. And we are we're going to blow it out. It's going to be a Power Ranger extravaganza. Listen, and it'll be amazing, and it'll be fun.
Y'all don't understand how hard it is just for me. And this is all I do. I could not imagine doing a show and traveling the world. And y'all, listen, if y'all have never seen Karan and Christi at a show, they are not phoning it in.
No.
It is on 100% from start to finish. I mean, now we joke about Karan going to sleep at 8:30, but it's only because she's at 110 the whole day. When the time
I'm hugging and talking and connecting to everyone.
Hugging her way into the venue, hugging and photographing her way out of the venue. She'll talk to anybody, and Christi is like, she keeping things moving. She's setting up stuff. So I'm sitting there like, dang, like all of this, and y'all got another show next weekend, and y'all hopping on the plane to Budapest and Croatia.
It doesn't end. It's insanity.
I'm like, Lord,
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
It's insanity. I know, we are insane. Like, but you know what? I wouldn't want to do anything else. Yeah. Like, I always tell my husband, I'm like, I'm tired, but I need like one good day to sleep. And then I'm like, okay, let's do it again. It's just, we just keep it going. And you're right. It is insanity. But we're going to do this last Ranger Stop and Pop. We are going to fill it up with as many Power Rangers as possible. Hilton, if you come, I want you to do a blurred panel. I feel like, but you can just come and have fun. You ain't got to do nothing. I ain't going to obligate you to nothing.
Just talk. I don't need no excuse to come to Atlanta. You ain't got to tell me.
I love it. Yeah, like, I don't need no excuse.
Now, okay. So remember, there's people who may think they're familiar with the show, but it's not at the Sheraton anymore. We're
at the Omni. We're at the Omni. It's going to be June 13th through the 15th. It is going to be awesome, and come and get your life. Come and get your life. We are having it is a really family friendly fun show, but it's honestly like we kind of create the atmosphere of it being like a family reunion, because the reality is that you could never get close to this. If you like Power Rangers, get close to this many Power Ranger actors and you party with us, you hang with us. It's all right there. We can't go home. That's where we are for the weekend, and you are too. And so it's amazing.
And the funny, can I say this? Because I know
Yes.
I always jump in. I've been
Yes.
to both of your shows, obviously. I work with this show in particular.
Yes.
Let me say this, because I'm going to compare this, because we went this year. You know, it's every other year. There's another show where you can go get a whole bunch of Power Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
It's out in California.
We love them. We love
them. And I'm not saying anything bad. This is not a derogatory comment. What I'm saying is this is going to highlight what I think is incredibly unique about the Ranger Stop and Pop show in Atlanta, is that when she says you can hang with the Power Rangers, like the events that are created in addition to everything else, to like the show times that go on, like the parties,
all the after stuff is hosted by a Power Ranger.
Everybody,
one of us is hosting.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It is something so unique, and it's so much fun, and everybody comes, and it doesn't feel like a task. It's like it's work. It's a lot of work, you know, to put it together, but it's just so much fun. Like you just let your hair down after a long day of fun, and then you get to have more fun, you know. So
yes,
it's pretty dope, and they actually enjoy it. I mean, me being able to kind of talk to everybody, it is like, this is not work at all. We are literally having a whole party the whole weekend. So
it's like y'all's homecoming. You know, y'all are a family, you know, and I always tell people that the Ranger fandom is unique, because there are people who are Ranger fans who are in their 60s, who come dressed up. You know, I don't care. You listen, you get that Sentai suit on, you can be pushing a cart with an oxygen tank on it. You can see that all the way down to somebody in their teens who's just in love with the franchise, and it just goes it expands all the ages, all the races, all the genres, and it's so hardcore. They're so dedicated. Like, I don't know any casual Ranger fans. Like, you mess up and start talking Ranger stuff to some of these folk, that's your hour. Just go on and block that out. Whatever you had planned is over, because y'all gonna be talking, because they are into it. They love it. They got the shows, they got the toys, they got the cosplays. And I done seen people standing off crying, scared to come talk to Karen. Like, they like, I'd be like, "Are you okay?" They're like,
"I know,
there it is over there." I'm like, "Well, go over and talk to her."
Like, it's something when it's like a childhood thing. Like, I felt that way. Yeah.
Boogie with the bear. Like, get your butt over there and talk to her.
I know. And she's so easy to talk to. It's so easy. And she'll come out and make them feel extra special. And then they cry some more, Lord. Everybody,
I know. We cry together. Christy be crying more than me. I'm like, Christy, I'll turn around and she crying like just as hard as they're crying. Like, it's like contagious crying.
We've had some
on the table.
Yeah, we've had some special
crying.
moments.
She's like, don't. Oh man, because this is the thing. Like, you guys know, life be lifing, right? So especially when people come up to you and they tell you what their childhood was like, and not all childhoods were great. You know, Christy, oh my God, she breaks down. I'm like, we're supposed to be strong for them.
I cry with you. I cry. She is
crying harder. And she done got their phone number, and she has got their email. She's keeping in touch. I'm like, what is happening?
I don't let people cry alone, and I don't let them drink alone. So I mean, it's not going to be alone. So I feel like
you need that on the shirt, Christy.
I know.
That is actually a really nice thing. You will not cry alone. You will not drink alone. Well, let me tell you this. Also, the other thing, Hilton, we will have a Ranger Stop and Pop with your name on it is Dana's signature Jesus juice that she is going to be passing out at the VIP dinner. She came out with these buckets and was giving it out to everybody. I didn't take it because I had to host.
I did. I think I had to.
All I know is the Jesus juice had my whole staff dropping it low.
Baby.
Yes. And
Baby.
thankfully they all showed up on time the next day, but they were feeling it.
Yeah.
You will
Oh,
one
Jesus
you will
juice,
be
because you're going to see Jesus.
Yeah, well.
You will officially be a part of the family, so you will have a Jesus juice with your name on it. Just know that. Dana, wherever you are, it's
them
your
buckets
fault.
was everything, baby. Them buckets. I was like, and you know, it's
Listen.
one of those drinks that you sip and you
We don't
like,
even
okay.
know what she puts in
You
it.
say don't drink. It's like garbage, you know. I mean, not garbage. It's like what is it called? The
That
trash
drink.
can,
You said it
trash
right.
can juice.
Yeah,
You know,
it's got
where
But
you
it's
we
like
don't.
the
don't even.
jungle
She's
juice you at the
mixing
frat party
liquors.
where
You ain't
everybody
supposed to
throw a little
mix
stuff in there.
liquors.
Yes, you do. That's what a hurricane is. Come to the hurricane. I mean, it is like a hurricane. You know,
Slurricane.
it's one of those that you drink it like Kool-Aid and they be like,
Perfect
all right,
analogy.
watch out. Don't
See?
drink
Right,
that.
because there's no
Don't drink
bite
that
to
shit.
it. It's not. It's like, normally when you drink a drink,
Ooh.
and we getting in the weeds with this for people who haven't had it. It's like you can normally taste the
grown.
root materials, the source material.
Right.
Like, oh, that's vodka.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
that's
tequila.
Everclear. Oh, that's rum.
It's
I
juice.
see this as a rum based drink. You ain't got nothing to give you any indication about what you are consuming.
But
I
the
don't drink
juice.
mystery drinks. I don't drink
Yeah.
mystery
and it's murky. It's a murky drink. Light does not penetrate.
Hey,
You're looking
no.
at it.
It looks
But
like a
like-
swamp.
Hilton, these are cute. That's what gets you. These are cute drinks in buckets, and you're just like,
It's
okay,
got
He
food in it.
knows.
it's in a tub.
He has been to Dragon Con. This is where she created this
Oh,
Jesus
oh.
juice. He knows, Dana.
It
He
ain't
knows the
murky.
shenanigans she be shenanigan.
Listen,
She's
Dana,
shenanigans, honey. She's
The
let's put
shenanigans.
this in perspective. Dana got grown kids, okay?
Grown.
And she walking around the con with a milk jug filled to the brim
And a
with
flower in her
murky-
hair to make her look
murky
innocent.
brownish red liquid and no cups. Like just
No cups.
Just this
you
jug.
drink,
Right.
she
I'm
just
sitting there like,
poured
what
it
are
in your
you
mouth.
doing?
It's
Just-
like, go. It's
Yeah.
that.
Put it in your hand, something. Just
The most innocent looking one.
First
Boy,
of
I tell
all,
you, she's funny.
I ain't drinking after nobody, but
Well, no.
she be at Dragon Con just pouring it in people's mouth.
Oh, well,
And,
not mine. I had
and
my
is
own
known
bucket.
for it. No, well, she
Now
did like she made your own buckets at this.
I got
but-
my own. Look,
And
give me my
I
own.
will say this: I have committed to sponsoring the Jesus juices.
Okay.
Oh,
I don't know why.
uh-oh.
I
It
just
made
want
it
my
to the-
I just
look,
want my people to
Hilton.
have a good time.
It made it to the meeting agenda. Like, okay, and Dana, we have
In
to
our
talk
Zoom
about
meeting.
the juice.
Because I know what
It's
they
the
want.
juice.
This is the kind of con owner I am. I sponsor the Jesus Juice and I sponsor the Waffle House, the end dinner at the Waffle House, and they love me for this. They
Yeah.
are like, they all show up and they are like, can I get my waffle? And I'm like, order whatever you want.
Yeah.
Order whatever you like.
So look,
It's
Karen
all
done
cool.
bought out the Waffle House.
I do. It's right across the park.
Take a stack of 20s and just throw them up
It
in the air behind the counter and be like, "What?
Yes.
Take care."
It's
Keep the
right
party
across
going.
the park. So we start the show at Waffle House and we end it at Waffle House, and that's it.
Now
That's
everybody
it.
knows this is what
Yes.
There it is.
RSP.
Yes.
There it is.
RSP, final dinner.
Mm.
But guys, so this is the thing. This is a new year, a new day. We've got there are so many projects that are on the horizon. Like we've been getting trailers, we've been getting all kinds of good stuff. I know me personally, one of my things that I have been waiting, and I've been waiting for this since Wakanda Forever, was Ironheart. Like, I cannot wait to see this. I had no idea. Like, I don't know what I was like. I don't know. I was in a bubble. I didn't know that Ryan Coogler was like executive producer. He's like behind all of it. He's doing it. And I mean, it's fitting, because he introduced the character, but it's like, I cannot wait for this series. Like, we've only gotten movies from him. We've only gotten movies, and I've been blown away by every single movie. Like, he has masterfully gave us Black Panther. And then he I can't even say master. How do you say it?
Masterfully.
Yes, that he
There it
walked
is.
us through our grief and Wakanda Forever and gave us Shiri. But it was beautiful. It's poetic and it's deep and it's so now he has a whole series that's coming out on Disney Plus, and this is literally it's episodes. We're gonna get 8 episodes of this beautifulness. Can you imagine what he's gonna do with 8 episodes with 8 hours?
Well, he has been waiting for a vehicle like this
Yes.
the entire time. because he does amazing cinematic work. He hasn't missed, right? There's no like, oh, all of Ryan's work but that one movie. Like all his stuff is hitting, right? Even if it's not superhero stuff or supernatural stuff. So now he's going to have the opportunity to really flesh out characters the way he wants to, do some world building. I mean, here's what drives me crazy is that I have no idea what the script is or what the storyline is going to be.
Nothing.
Right? But we know, just think about what we know about Ironheart.
Riri.
Do you know they are using this series to debut Mephisto into the MCEU?
No.
So Sacha Baron Cohen is playing Mephisto, and he's in the credits for the series. So he's going to be playing Mephisto. The bridge between Ironheart and Mephisto, there's got to be some kind of the story between these two characters. I mean, he's basically the MCU's devil.
Yes.
Like, so where is Satan coming from in the middle of this story that is originally thought to be like, oh, it's going to be like Iron Wars or about the design of the mech and all this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And this is going to be a really interesting retelling and re-IDing of, this character as we know her. So I'm really excited because I don't know what to expect.
Me too.
Because Riri Williams is not a new character, is a new character, comparatively speaking, for the
sure.
MCU for like, comics, right? There's not like 1,000 iterations of her in the comic book. So if you're going to tell that story, anything close to what's in the comics, it's a pretty linear story, and we've seen some of it. But if they're going to take this thing and make it bigger and broader and use it as a way of building worlds, oh my gosh. Who knows what's going to happen? And with Coogler at the helm, I couldn't be more.
And they've got a solid cast. They introduced it to the Disney Con that they do, where they just kind of introduce everything. And I just can't wait.
D23 call us. We need our invitation.
Yes, we need
it. Wasn't this D24, this D25, D26.
Yes. Hello.
We didn't get our email.
I know. We got to get a publicist. We got to get on that because I'm like, come on, man. The BOP needs to be there. Oh, so that's the one. That's one of the ones. That in the new Captain America. I'm like counting it down. And we need to show up. Boppers, Black nerds, we need to show up for these series like we showed up for Wakanda that first year.
Now, this was a movie.
And we was dancing.
Be in the theaters.
Yes, it is going to be
theaters.
February 14th.
Weekend. Yep.
Yes.
February 14th. Middle of Black History Month.
Yes, middle of Black History
Some of
Month.
y'all think about marching to Selma. March your ass to AMC.
Yes. Yes, we have got to show up for this. And I mean, Harrison Ford, that's
going to be so
it's going to be amazing.
The Red Hulk.
Yes.
Come on, people.
Yeah.
It's going to be crazy.
Okay. So Hilton, is there something that is on the list? It could be one of these or it's something else that is on the list for 2025 that you were like, I am here. Take my money. Give it to me now.
We've already talked about it. I mean, listen, everything Ryan Coogler does, I think, is relevant. It is gold. We've been waiting for a series. I think what the let's say Marvel, just say in general, is starting to realize is that their real estate on the cable platform, Disney Plus, is just as relevant as what they do with the movie theaters on the big screen. And there are movies that they have put out that have been argued would have been better received as series, for instance, like The Eternal. Right?
Excuse me.
There is a way to use the real estate that they already have to greater effect than to throw everything on the big screen and expect everything to be a blockbuster movie. We talked about this in one of our previous shows about how, Robert Downey Jr. debuted as Iron Man in 2011, and it's been 26 movies since then, and then 23 since, up to when he died as a character. And almost all of that real estate was on the big screen because that was what we were all used to. Right. Now we're spending just as much time engaging with this media on the streaming platforms as we would in the movies. So they're saying, hey, you know what? Let's take this blockbuster budget and this blockbuster cast and let's see what we can do on the small screen with it.
Yes.
And get the same type of, relevance and the same type of accolades without having to risk scheduling it, around the opening of some other film or waiting for it to get review bombed. If the haters don't like it, we put these things out on the platform that we know millions of people are watching, and let's capitalize on that. And he's going to be one of those first big projects for 2025. And I could not be more happy to see what they do with it. And incidentally, in 2024, we just had an interview in a smaller venue with Atan Wakani, who was the younger King T'Chaka from the Black Panther original film from 2018. And he was talking about the character, talking about the lore, talking about the studio and all the directions that they were going as work and what if. And having that conversation puts so much in context as to the stories that are yet to be told. And we're going to get them. So that's me.
I can't wait. I can't wait. Christy, what are you looking forward to? I thought of another one, but I'm going to let you go. And then I'm going to tell y'all, because I know this one y'all ready for it too.
I am looking forward to a lot. Everything you all just mentioned. Anything Marvel does naturally, hands down. I'm ready. Bring it.
We got a lot of good Marvel stuff coming out in 2020.
Lots and lots and lots. I don't know when the new the Black Panther 3, of course, whatever that is. We look. I just want the trailer to drop. Like if all we get in 2025,
Denzel let us know.
I'm there.
Ask him. He'll spill the beans.
2025.
Just ask him.
I am also, I'm a spooky girl, so I'm looking forward to some things that I have appreciated for 20 years, and they're coming back. So there is a new 28 years later film, which was 28 days later, was 20 years ago. And so that trailer got me completely terrified. And I'm excited about that storyline because again, now that we've all survived an epidemic, basically, we didn't all survive, but we are still recovering from that, and we know that anything can happen at this point. Those kinds of films, albeit dystopian, but they're rooted in some truth, some actual things, so they always get my attention. I'm excited that did y'all know there's going to be another Friday movie? I don't know what it's going to look like. But there's supposed to be another Friday movie coming.
They've been talking forever. And so,
it's on the list. It's on the IMDb list. So
they said if they could get, what did they say? If we can get Chris Tucker back, if we can get, they needed everybody to come back. And hope, I'm there if they do it. I can't imagine, it not being great.
I'm also looking forward to, let's see, they've got a bunch of great stuff.
I got one that you both are looking forward to, but you forgot about. You want to hear it? And Christy, I know you're really looking forward to Sinners, Ryan Coogler's horror film.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That is coming out, and it's, Michael B. Jordan's in it. And it's period, the ancestors, and it's I don't even like horror, but I'm gonna watch that. I'm gonna be scared.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it.
All right.
With somebody at 11 a.m. during the day.
Yeah, that's gonna be good. That's gonna be really good.
You're gonna catch a pre-matinee.
Yes, I'm gonna open up
the
theater.
Opening up the theater with them.
I'll be passing out popcorn and then be like, I need a whole day to decompress.
You need some help with that.
I'm also, did y'all ever see, I'm a diehard Tom Cruise fan, so anything he does, I'm excited about. But the final part to, the final reckoning for the Mission Impossible, which is part 2 of the last film that came out last year. Okay. Yeah. And it was so good. It's still breathtaking. The moment he goes off the cliff on his motorcycle.
I can't even imagine doing stuff like that.
You could hear people's hearts stop in the theater. It was insane. It's crazy. To feel those feelings. And I was just in a regular theater. It wasn't anything great. It was in New Hampshire, Lord have mercy. But you could hear everyone gasp and just hold your breath collectively. It was crazy.
At this point, what does he have to prove?
And wait, and
he does all those stunts himself. Why?
And that wasn't even the only scene in that film. It was the train scene.
Yes.
I was like, wait, there's more. I can't even imagine after you jump off a cliff on a motorcycle. I can't imagine what else you're gonna do. But that train scene, that shit had me fully triggered. I was my anxiety was through the roof.
It really adds to the movie because it's I just don't want to lose Tom Cruise. Tom, stop it. Somebody I don't know how you get
so lose Tom Cruise. That's how he'd want to go out. Not opening and capturing it on film. He'd be like, "Run it, keep filming."
Say it.
I know, but he's amazing. You'll be surprised though. Do we know the date for that one?
Oh
No.
shoot! Hold on, let me find it. I'll
Yeah,
find
you
it.
know what it is though? You will be surprised at even these death-defying stunts, at how controlled a situation like that is. Like these stunt teams, they are not playing no games. Like they have it so controlled, set up, and if anything were to happen, they probably got someone who could dive down and catch him. It's like, I
Oh,
mean, it's
yeah.
it's crazy at how, like, that's one thing I always tell people, because people would ask like, oh, did you guys ever get hurt doing stunts? And you can get hurt, but the reality is that the whole point of a stunt team is for them, it's safety. Like the first thing is safety. So their whole job is to figure out a way for us to do these stunts and not get hurt. And so they have, they figured out, they've tested it a million times so that it goes seamless. Christy, you got the date for us?
I got it. This is a birthday gift to me personally from Tom Cruise. It's going to be 6 days after my birthday. Yeah, May 23rd. May 23rd.
Okay. Okay.
All
nice.
right.
So we're going to watch The Karate Kid, and then we're going to watch this. We got our whole our May is set up. It's set up, guys.
Ready to go. There's something else coming out in the beginning of May. I can't think of it, but we'll get to that when we're ready. Yeah, so good.
Escapism will be our way.
Yes. That's how, because remember, what are we doing all 4 years? 2025.
We are checking the fuck out. I am so clocked out of the political scene and anything that could bring down. It's like, protect these blessings, protecting my peace.
Yeah, peace and tariffs, thoughts and tariffs.
Yeah, my energy is protected. Guys, I got some tea. Like, we'll be at like cons and stuff, and like you're there with different cast members to different things. And this is actually, I got this tea, and this is, I don't know if it's like tea, but you guys know I'm obsessed with Stranger Things. And obviously they couldn't tell me nothing that's going to deter the story. But what they could say to me was that this next season, the 5th and final season, we already know it's going to be 8 episodes. We've already gotten the list, I think, of like, they put out a list of the different names of all the different episodes. I think they ended filming because it took them a year. They spent all of 2024 filming Stranger Things season 5. And what I found out was that every single episode is 2 hours long. So it's literally 8 movies. And it
Lord.
is, yes. And I don't know when they're going to release it. They're going to go, but it is like, all they could say was like, it is unlike anything you've ever seen on TV. Outside of like, it's
got to come out this year.
If
it's already been, it's just a matter of date. And if it's going to be Netflix, I wonder how they're going to bring it out. It's going to be all 8 episodes.
No, they said they're going to do 2 parts. So they got part 1, and then they're going to have part 2, like 4. They did last time. But yeah.
Gotcha.
And
they haven't missed. They haven't missed with that series. That series has not missed yet. And you think, like they start off as little kids, and now they're like 37.
It's
and you're like still watching them. You know what I'm saying? You're like
years.
Still watching them. Like I'm really
I would watch them another 10 years. Like, I'm sad that it's over. Like, I'm like, my heart is broken.
I want to follow them to college and be like, hey, this is my Goonies, right?
I want them until they're Hopper's age.
Look, it's like, as long as you keep telling these scary stories, I'm in. And I love how they just bring, and they keep bringing in these amazing stories and these amazing characters, great special effects.
Yes.
It's just a revolutionary thing to watch. And it's a multi-generational. My nephews watch the show.
Yeah.
And because they're the age of the characters when they started. And I'm like, okay, you want to be scared? Oh, it was cool. But, if it were in a theater, it wouldn't happen. But because it's on Netflix, it's more accessible. Yeah. And I just love the story. And I love the period piece. Cities, and just living in that zone. It's like all E.T., all Goonies.
Yep. The music, the soundtrack just puts us right back to our childhoods. Yeah.
It's an event every time. Every time.
The original puffer vests,
members only,
green and brown and yellow. It's like these weird
damaged
colors.
Jeans. Where they had Tess King getting outfits.
That is probably the
hanging
biggest
in the
series
mall.
I'm waiting for. Yeah. The mall, like the mall rats, and like they like, that's the part I think where they have like they grew up in that era, the creators of the show. So it's like they have not missed, because they are kind of telling like their life in adjacent, you know, it's like they played D&D. They were these nerdy kids. And this is probably the adventure in their mind that they wish they could have gone on. You know, they were into comics, they were into, you know, all these things. And I mean, it's going to be, you know, we already know, like, we don't know for sure, but I know we're going to lose some people in this series. Like, they are not we're not going to come out unscathed. They did mention like, I forget who it was. I think it was Hopper or somebody, one of the gentlemen that plays Hopper. He said that they did the final, like when they did the final read through of the last script, of that people were just bawling. The cast was crying, and the cast is bawling. So if you know they're having this emotional, visceral reaction,
probably just like the previous season.
Yes.
And you know what?
It's going to rip our heart out and stomp on it.
We love it so much. It reminds me of, you know, Karen, you and I in London watching that play.
Yes.
And we didn't even talk enough about that. When we went to go see the Stranger Things play,
the last
that has not
the
come
first
to the
shadow
States yet.
Yeah.
And it's like, what is it called?
It's Stranger Things First Shadow. And basically what it is, it's the prequel, a Broadway musical, and it's coming to Broadway, and it's literally coming out in 2025. You can buy tickets to go see it. We should go see it when we're in New York at New York Comic Con or whatever. Yeah. But the First Shadow, it's basically, Victor Creel, and it's basically telling the Creel story so that you understand why he turned out the way that he turned out. And it just gives you insight onto this very troubled youth. And it was good. Like it was a really good play. And it like Joyce, Hopper, all of them, they're in high school. It's like their senior year, and they're in high school.
All the kids' parents.
All the kids' parents. All of them. And so it's amazing.
God, it was so
amazing. Good. Yeah. It was really good.
I'm sold.
I'm in, right? Yeah, we got, and you got.
Yeah, we see it again. I would see that again and again. It was so good, and it was kind of interactive. They came out into the audience. Like, I mean, you had this you're engulfed. You're in this world feel, and that baby was slobbing and spitting everywhere. I mean, it was so good. It was just he worked. The kid that played. I don't know how old that actor is. How old is he?
He's playing. An adult? He's an adult, but he is playing he is playing that character in the Broadway musical. So that is the actor that's coming to play it. Yeah. And it's insane. It's insane how good this play was. And it was kind of good because it shows you his story, and it shows you, Matthew Modine, Brenner. It kind of introduces Brenner and how Brenner came into this kid's life. It even tells you how these other kids became, like how 11 and all these other kids became like him, and how they all had these abilities. It was like, and they were in that lab cooking up stuff. And it's just really, really good. And it's cool to see the Joyce and all of them as teenagers, and they're acting like the kids that are in Stranger Things now. Like, hunting down and chasing down this mystery, and like, why are animals in our neighborhood dying, and what is going on? Something weird's going on. Something weird. And then you figure out what weird is happening, and then it ends without. Well, I don't want to give it away, but it's just really, really cool, and you get the whole Creole story. So you kind of,
and then you get to this.
Have to get posted when it comes out too.
Yes. Yeah. It's very soon.
It leaves you wondering, like, how are the parents so far removed from reality where the show picks up, and because remember, like, the parents are just kind of aloof, and just like there's nothing, and it's like, but y'all lived through this, so it's very interesting. There's this break in reality for them as we get into
weird things were happening in Hawkins back then, and this is when you get like, how he kills his family. That's where, like, I mean, that's in this. So it's like it shows this kid, and it builds up to that moment that we got in the Stranger Things series. And it's Broadway and debut on Broadway at the Marquee Theater, March 2025. So it will be out very soon. Yes. Yeah.
And I love it. I love it. It's very, very good.
You know how long the run's going to be?
You know what? I think it doesn't say how long.
It may not run all the way to New York Comic Con.
We might have to make a special trip, right?
Well, y'all come on.
Tickets are already on sale.
Ready.
Yes.
All right. Christi got bunk space.
Christi is around the corner, coming to Broadway March 2025. It doesn't say how long it's supposed to run, but hopefully, I mean, it's been in London for over a year. Like I heard about it over a year ago, and like all the cast members at some point have gone to see it. And you know, I'm obsessed. And so when I heard about it, I was like, oh, I'm buying tickets to this. We're going to London. We got to see it. And Christi was like, I didn't even know this was happening. I didn't even know, like, I had no idea that there was even a musical. And I go, oh, we're going to that one. And it was fantastical. Fantastic.
Yeah, it was wonderful. Really a highlight for the year.
Yes.
I thought, that's one of my highlights as I reflect on 2024. That is definitely one of that whole trip. Just being in London, period, was great. Flashing my passport and almost getting detained because they didn't sticker me. I want a stamp. Where is my stamp?
She doesn't understand. Like, a lot of the countries are digital now, so you don't actually get a stamp. Like, it's just, you just put your thing in
Toronto's
there and take
like
your picture.
That.
Yeah, Toronto's like that.
And then they look in, like there's no stereo, like that one you see in the movies with the person doing this. It's like a machine.
They don't do
you
nothing.
just walk on through.
Well, I'll say this: if you go to Turkey, they stamp your passport.
Well, okay.
I bet they do.
But yeah, right. But it's like it's all digital now. So she was so mad. She was like ready to I'm gonna get my and I'm like, girl,
I'm gonna be detained in the country because I'm over here pitching a fit about a stamp.
Don't be that woman on YouTube. Don't be in the whole YouTube channel. People tripping in the airports.
Can I
right, and that's the thing. These are your neighbors who are tripping in the airport. So it's a normal person that loses it, guys. They lose it. So Christi, don't do that. But yes, you gotta go see.
I made it back. I said, okay, let me leave. I'm just playing with y'all. I want to go home.
Right.
As crazy as that sounds.
Yes.
But I wanted to go home.
I know. That was a fantastic trip. We went to MCM London, and that was Christi's first time out of the country. And we
I'm
were
addicted now.
It was like supermarket sweep. We were like, okay, we got 2 days to look at the city and then we got to work.
Yes.
We ran around all of London in a matter of minutes. But that's the best, to me, that is the best way to go to. Like, I'm not one of those who's going to spend 2 weeks in a foreign country. Like, I'm going to go for, I got a con usually, and then I'm going to have 1 or 2 extra days. But I'm going to see every single thing. It's like racing to the finish line for everything. I don't know how y'all international travel, but that's how I do it.
I could be gone for 2 weeks. Let me put it out there.
Yes, you can.
I wear a size window seat, and I will go for 2 weeks. I will.
Yes.
Christi, they got websites for that. You can.
Yes, they do.
They got whole apps so you can travel.
Sugar baby, you can.
Look here.
Ooh. Look, if we see her on a boat in Dubai in 2 weeks, we
know what happened.
Look, posting this part of somebody's elbow.
I know. Christi gonna be having OnlyFans after the show.
Wow.
There are people on OnlyFans that do. They're not doing bad things on OnlyFans. There's people who have OnlyFans that are doing. It's a legit situation. I'm just saying. You could be the Mary Poppins of OnlyFans.
I'm not even talking to you. I'm not talking to you anymore. The rest of these little 7 minutes we got.
I'm trying to help you get a side hustle.
On my
legitimate
TikTok channel, I'm trying to raise my $3,000 to get into SAG-AFTRA. So I ain't mad. If I could just show my toes, y'all could just look at my feet.
I'm telling you. Well, there are people that do that.
I know.
And are making money.
We've made the joke. I've made them jokes before. I'm gonna play with wiener sausages with my toes, and that'll.
Wow.
Ew.
Wow.
Ew.
I feel like you thought.
How do you know about that? How do you know? How does she know?
I don't feel like that was right off the dome. I feel like
she has been on OnlyFans.
You got a couple of pages in your slam book.
She
that
is
you wrote.
telling on herself.
This fool said my slam book.
See, let Christi talk long enough, and she'll tell on herself.
I told you, I'm out here.
That was real specific, Hilton. Hilton, that was real specific. You see, she got a new ponytail. That was real specific.
This is from 2024. I just wore this on the last episode. Don't trip. Don't trip.
The funny thing is that we don't judge now.
I don't judge.
We listen
in this economy. That's right. In this economy,
have y'all seen that?
People got to eat. and people got to pay these bills because Comcast don't care where your money comes from.
They don't. No.
And look,
Uncle
I did
Sam
not
don't
know
care either.
I did not know. Like I said, I did not know that feet was a thing. I don't know any brothers that when the brothers get around each other, we don't sit around talking to each other about feet. But apparently, there's a lot of brothers that love feet and will pay big money.
They can get it. They can get it.
And every other woman in BOP world, you probably got an email somewhere in your little, you know what they call it, a message request, because they're not friends or followers.
Yes.
Will somebody say, "What your pinky toe do?" I'll send you $100 for a picture of your pinky toenail.
Christi,
them brothers out there. They're not talking to us.
we need sponsors for next year, Christi.
I got cute feet. Y'all not ready?
Get the Cash App link.
I don't want to see it.
No, we don't.
I don't know what it is about feet. Like I mean, you have manicured feet are okay, but they still like feet are just awful. I don't understand.
Feet are that thing that if they ain't right, it's a big minus in your evaluation. But they can only be baseline. It's like it's like in a car,
right?
Like, you know, if it's not bucket seats, it's not the end of the world. But if the seats is bad, you're like, oh, you know, it's nobody. I don't, you know.
Like I don't understand why there are still people in this world who got their feet all out and ain't had not one manicure. Like cover them things up. Like cut they have a pedicure, them petties. Like petties are not expensive. Go get your pedicure. Like I'm a big, like I literally this year, one of the gifts I was giving people were a electric foot file. Cause I was like, scrape them feet.
That was some passive aggressive stuff, Karen.
No, it was. It was, and I was not mad. I was like giving out my female
it's like
friends
underarm
electric.
Deodorant. You're giving us
no. But I was giving out electric foot files, and why did every female that I gave it to, they thanked me? Like after they were like, "Why are you giving us this?" And I go, "Girl, this is a miracle. It's gonna make your feet feel good. Every woman needs to take it's hygiene, right?" And then a month later, they were like, "Oh my God, that foot file, that's my favorite thing. That's my favorite thing to do is file my."
You know how to sell it.
Yes, because
you sold it in such a way that it didn't have that offensive effect.
It wasn't offensive.
I can't give my father underarm deodorant for Christmas without him talking about what the hell is this supposed to mean. Like, you know,
see, it's supposed to mean what it's supposed to mean. We all need to take that extra minute.
Keep your arms at your side. It's like a cop.
Yes.
Keep your arms where I can see it. Keep your hands.
Take that extra minute and file that heel and put some cream on it. And
it's like gum. If somebody offers
this conversation has gone so far off track that my child just walked in and just started talking because she was like, "Surely y'all can't be." We are.
Yes, we're filming. We're filming.
She's like,
Heavenly.
What?
The year just started. We don't have a year to experience and discuss.
No, so we're just going to talk about pedicure.
We're speaking in future tense.
I'm just asking the world to get a pedicure. Please.
It's a PSA.
Yes.
Please
PSA.
take care of those feet.
Yes, it is a public service announcement. Don't bring them out if they're not good. Cover them up, and then nobody would know. But if they're not good, don't show them to me. Like don't do that.
Don't subject my
do that. In 2025, I want to see pedicured feet. Thank you.
I don't know how we got here, guys.
And brothers, don't be ashamed to get pedicures and manicures. It
is so relaxing.
It's not a threat to your manhood.
No, it's not. Matter of fact,
let Miss Kim handle you.
And you will love every minute of it. Like they literally pamper you.
Self-care. I love seeing a man getting self-care. Like, do that, please.
If you get your hair cut, you get your beard trimmed up, like that stuff, it should be like, it's almost your me time. And so take it a step further, you know, ladies, go get laser hair removal. It's not expensive anymore. Go get your petty, go do your thing. And let's just come into 2025 loving ourselves. It's self-love.
Yeah.
Love yourself.
You get judged.
We work hard.
You got gunk under your nails. Like it's an indicator of everything else. If you're walking around with gunk under your nail on your thumb and you ain't cleaned it out, sister look at you. I'm talking to the brother. Sister look at you and go, "Well, I wonder what else got gunk on it." if you could see that gunk.
Okay, that's a lie.
Where the rest of
I
the
just
gunk
threw
at?
up in my mouth. I just threw up in my
But
mouth.
look,
I would
you've been
never
there.
assume that same thing. I would absolutely.
Please, come on now. You see your brother that's not a mechanic.
I thought it. No, I thought it.
And he got the gunk under the nails. You're like, if you miss that, what else you missing?
Don't come to my table with not 1 ounce of con funk, Christy. We get the con like they come to the table with that con funk.
They'll get there. The smell get there 5 minutes before they do.
It lingers. When they leave, it's still there.
It's like the booth is haunted now. We need some sage.
I need to get my sage.
Remember Pigpen had the little thing and it would just stay like the cloud.
With the little squirrelies in it. Because
nobody wants to be the Pigpen. Like, come on.
So funny.
Yes. Okay, but that's the thing. Like, New Year, everybody, love yourself. Self-hygiene.
Go to the spa.
We work so hard. I know everybody who watches this show works hard. You work hard. You have to work hard to make it in this, society, in this world. So if you're working that hard, spend a little on yourself. It is relaxing. It's rejuvenating. It is, maybe not buy 2 more Funko Pops and use that money for a petty.
Yeah. And hit us up. If you need help in an area, that's what we're here for real. Like, this is for real. Like, let us
now
know.
She want to be down. She was talking about how deep and dark we went, and now she want to say, we're here to help you.
we got a hygiene helpline at the bottom now.
See, and then it goes off the rails.
Refer a friend.
I was trying
Refer a friend.
On a track.
You ain't a friend if you don't tell your friend they stink.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, get it together.
You're not a good friend. If y'all need some ideas, you need some assistance, shoot us a DM and we'll be happy to give you some ideas. And here's how
I'll send you a foot file.
Make sure. Okay. Is that a wrap?
I get them on TikTok.
Is that a wrap?
That TikTok shop is the devil because every time I go on TikTok, I buy something. It is the devil.
Not in a couple of weeks, it won't be.
I know they're about to shut it down. Oh, that's that we need to talk about on our next show because that is a travesty. It's a conspiracy because y'all know all these platforms are listening to us, and now all of a sudden we worry.
Old man to me that really ain't sad. There's an old man in me that's like,
I am. We're not that old.
I like TikTok. I really like TikTok.
I don't like them Tic Tacs anyway. Let's go back.
Tic Tacs.
Where's my face? Where's Black Planet at? What was wrong with Black Planet? I could customize my page. Unlicensed music.
I actually like TikTok. I really do. And the TikTok shop is the devil. I do buy too many things. Guys, on that note, that is the end of the show. Chrissy is right. We've gone off the slippery slope.
Off the slippery slope.
We want to thank you for tuning into the BOP, the Blurred Official Podcast. We look forward to seeing you in the new year at a Comic-Con, whether it is BlurredCon or Ranger Stop and Pop. You can buy tickets to both of those shows now, and we want to see you in person. And we love you. We mean it. Have a wonderful day. Tune in every Tuesday for a new episode of the BOP, the Blurred Official Podcast.